I am 150 yards from the 5th green here at Mottram Hall. I got 7-iron in my hand, but I'm that confident you can add up to 13 yards to your 7-iron. I'm going to walk back 13 yards to these 2 golf balls and talk you through the process that I did with Michael the other day on the lesson. Just on Saturday, we talked about a 3-step guide to much better iron shots. So welcome to the channel. My name's Alex Elliott and I'm a PJ Golf professional. Please do consider subscribing if this does help you, and don't forget to turn on the bell so you never miss any of our free golf tutorial uploads. So we're answering this question today from Ricky Miller, and I really feel a lot of people are in this boat. Alex, I'm really struggling with distance with my irons. Any suggestions? Well, this is that. Now, the keys to this video are understanding angle of attack, so the angle our club is traveling in relation to the ground, and the loft of our club at impact. Right, where most of us are, listen closely here. This is a really, really important part of this lesson, and possibly if you're new to the game, or maybe if you're not new, some new information. So where we all lose a load of distance is we come into the golf ball and we tend to be a little bit shallow, a little bit scoopy, maybe the term you've used before, and we add loft. So look how far back my 7-iron is leaning there. So let's just say that's my 7-iron. If I lean it back, I'm making that like a 9-iron. So all I'm doing is just hitting it in the air. Now the idea and the concept we want is take loft off and hit more steeper where we start to create a divot. So you know when you see those good ball strikers at your golf club, they rip the ball and then create the divot and it pierces through the wind, that ball. That is what you're gonna be able to achieve with this. So, in real life, that would look like taking your technique somewhere away from this, where it's out and scoopy, and that would be sort of throwing it over the top out and scoopy, to learning to get the club a little bit more in this way with a little bit more weight transfer. Let's see if I can hit one here, and then I'll just show you this guide and the solution for your ball striking. So here we go. This is our good version. We're going to try and really copy here. Let's hit this one. So it's back and through. Look how much lower that ball flight was, and that's straight down the target. Okay, this is the guide to follow. Now we're going to do this with 7-iron because I think it's probably one of the most used clubs. But if it's not, go and grab your most used club. It could even be a hybrid and still follow this same technique, and you'll still see the benefits of adding a few yards. Now, we're going to talk through this system in 3 stages and possibly in a little bit of isolation at each point. And don't worry, right? If you feel like you missed a point, just replay this part of the video and you're going to really learn the idea behind this. So the first stage to this is all about that start of the downswing. The first thing I said to Michael was, can you keep the club head behind you for longer? Okay, can you keep the club head behind you for longer? So almost like there's a wall here and you're trying to keep the club head on the wall for longer. So I just got him simply to just quite a few practice swings of just that. Keep the club head behind you for longer. Club head behind you for longer. And we videoed it. I showed him and I said, all right, okay, that is the first nugget. Okay, stage 2, and I want you just to think about this club head, because at the end of the day, simple golf, isn't it? What hits the golf ball? The club head. And we sometimes forget that. So the next phase is, I want you to think about the club head starting to close as you start down. So we'll add those both phases in together. So that's going to take the toe from being like out and over and open like this, where we don't want it, to we're going more behind us and we're trying to get the club face to close. Well, look at the difference in that. Now I see all good players be around here like this. And I just want you to think about how you get the toe to feel like it's overtaking the heel slightly. What you've got to do. Now you might feel a little bit in the left wrist, you might feel this action. Well, that's what I want you to do. So have a go at those 2 phases and use it as a building block. So again, we're not out here, we're trying to feel here. Now the last phase is, if you come to face on here, let's bring this all together. The last thing I said to him is, can you feel as though you show me your studs? Okay, show me your studs. Well, if you show me your studs, where does your weight go? onto your front side. So bringing all those pieces of the puzzle together, that would be a golf swing that looks like this. Now, if you look at that in slow motion from the face on and the down the line perspective, you can really see what we're looking to hone into our game. Now, come here, need to listen to this very important point. Don't worry, you might feel the ball's going to go left, but that's only because you've changed. You've come from an over and slashing across it golf swing to more around yourself and closing and releasing that club face. So your ball flight will be lower, your ball flight will be more penetrating, and you'll hit it so much better. So that's going to look a little bit like this. Put it all together. Much lower, much more penetrating ball flight. Thank you so much for watching, and please do consider subscribing to the channel.